Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
That was a lovely song.
It was a bit long. I was trying to fade it out real professional but it didn't actually work that well.
It's a long, extended mix, apparently.
An extended fade.
Yeah.
Faded out. Kia ora and welcome to Creative Talk Podcast. My name is Kebrasca King.
And I am Amber King.
And today we have a very, very, very special guest with us.
We do. Her name. Should I read out?
Yeah.
I mean, we do. And her name is Di Day. She is a professional tarot reader and psychic medium. She is the president of the Tarot Guild of Australia, and she's passionate about using tarot as a tool for insight, empowerment, and real transformation. Di's readings are grounded, soulful, and full of heart, just like her. Welcome, Di, to the Creative Talk Podcast.
Yay!
Hi, how are you?
Hey,
Good,
John.
how are you?
We're good, thank you. We're so good. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to be here with both Amber and I. We're really excited to have a chat to you about all things tarot and all things to do with your world.
Wouldn't have missed it. All the world.
All right, Di. Well, we know you're a busy lady and you're baking cakes for your little grandson there for his birthday.
Yes. 6th birthday.
Yes, that sounds good. But while we have you, let's get into it and ask you some questions. So, Di, how long have you been reading tarot and what attracted you to it?
My sister and I used to dabble in tarot when we were youngins. And then we put it away. I never really looked at it again until I finished my full-time career in sport. I wanted to continue using my coaching and my brain, really. I didn't want to stop learning and developing. So I started doing a few courses with some different people and found the love of tarot again, because what intrigues me about tarot is the history and the symbology, and the more you read it and study it and you know do your research, the deeper you actually go into the esoteric meanings of the cards. It's not a pretty picture.
Yeah.
They're drawn by Pamela Coleman Smith, who is a start of the century woman who took it on board to have a go at drawing these illustrations that had so much depth and meaning, and not only Christianity, in Hebrewism, in all sorts of other religions, and if you think about that, back in those days, that was very courageous, very courageous for a female to do that. So
Yeah.
I love the history and the messages that they give you.
And then what was it, Di, that you said that you fell out of or fell out of some time of like actually using and working with tarot, and then you found this new passion come back? What was it that led to that passion, that reignition of like the want to actually go deeper and spark it all back up again?
Actually, it's a really good question. I actually don't know. I had a reading with somebody who sort of said to me, you're quite open to this concept. And then I started thinking about my sister and I and how we used to play with it, and then it sort of went away. And I guess learning psychic mediumship, all those other modalities after getting a reading for myself sort of opened up that opportunity. And to be honest, I studied for probably 3 years before I even considered myself any kind of anything in the world of this mystic world.
Yep.
Hope that makes sense.
Yes.
It took me a long time to get the confidence to actually believe in what I was doing to give it to the world outside of my own little world.
I think a lot of us go through that same confidence building but also being scared all at the same time
Yeah.
process,
Yeah.
especially in the modality of tarot,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, I think that's the way to do it though, because if
Yeah.
you just do a one, weekend course, you're not a tarot reader after one weekend,
No.
right? There's so much to learn in tarot. And as we know, we just keep learning and learning and learning because it's always evolving. There's new things to learn and discover. And so these people coming up today that are like, oh yeah, I'm a tarot reader and I've done one course. It's like, are you?
Sorry, no.
So for those people watching, Di, the ones who are either curious about tarot or have been avid readers for some time, for those people who think it's like sort of woo-woo, how would you describe tarot to them if they've never heard of it before?
This would open an hour's conversation. I'd get a wine or a beer and I'd sit them down and say, well, there's a lot of historic research gone into mostly the symbolism of the cards, and yes, it's an interpretation. It's like being a sports referee. You got to know the rules, and if you blow your whistle, you got to know why you're blowing your whistle. So it's like pulling a card out and looking at the information given to you around the question that's been asked of you from the person. And if somebody thinks it's woo-woo, well, it kind of is. I mean, it's interpretation. It's inspirational. It's intuitive. It's and a lot of it does come down to past experiences as well, and knowing the world. And I think that's where a lot of young people might not get as deep as they'd like to because of their life experiences, I guess. Doesn't mean they can't learn it. Just, yeah.
And what would you say to people who, because some people think it's devilish or, demonic or, what do you say to those types of people?
Well, I would ask them why they think that, and what are they scared of? What frightens them about pictures, really. And it's like using a pendulum and making the pendulum swing. Some people do this, and some people can actually make the pendulum swing through mind. And I think also scientifically, we only use like 5% of our gray matter. So we're opening ourselves up to superconscious, and who knows what's in that realm or that plane. But it does scare a lot of people, and I think that's where the misunderstanding comes along. And you just got to say, well, if you're interested, I can explain it more. Or there's a lot of religion out there that will burn witches at stakes and all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of historical misunderstanding in the world, and some people's opinions you just can't change.
Very true.
And then you walk away agreeing to disagree, and that's okay.
I'd agree with that, because you always come across certain people that are just completely against it, or there's those that advocate for it and just don't understand, and they just need deeper knowledge, a bit more of it. And nothing's better than a reading to like do that, right? Like I find that's the thing that cuts through all the layers. It's just really powerful. Di, for you, what do you believe that makes tarot such a powerful tool for both self-discovery, but also for people who are looking for guidance?
The thing that makes it a powerful tool is the understanding, again, going back to the symbolism, and how the cards combine together and tell a story, and how they relate to each other. Like it might be just two people in a card looking at each other or looking away from each other, could have two different meanings. But pardon me. Pardon me. I really, it's hard to say in the world of tarot, there's like a bazillion decks out there of all different people's inspirations, but I always come back to the Rider-Waite.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I always come back to the Rider-Waite because that's the original. That's the everyone else is sort of copying what she's done. But the power in it is opening up to trust and allowing the messages to filter down through your guides. You know, opening yourself up to possibilities and listening to your higher self, I think. And that's a prompt. Tarot is really a prompt for what you have up here.
Tarot's like the original ChatGPT.
It is. And Google all entwined into one.
Not a truer words there.
Totally is.
We were onto it way before that was invented. So, you are the president of the Tarot Guild of Australia. Tell us about your role and what drew you to be part of it, and what's your mission there.
Amber, that is something that I do, president of the Tarot Guild, because I believe that there needs to be structure around readers. The Tarot Guild was actually developed and became into the world in 1992. So it's over 30 years old. We just celebrated the 30th year in Melbourne last year. And in August next month, we're celebrating the 20th year in New South Wales. So it is one of the longest, or the longest institution for tarot in the world. There is one or two in England and America that are coming more and more known for their work that they're doing. And to have a guild, what a great name. Don't you think that's a great name? A guild. It's not a club or association, it's a guild. And we have 4 chapters around Australia. We have Melbourne, Sydney, Perth and Queensland, Brisbane. And we have a code of ethics that you have to sign up for when you become a member of the Tarot Guild. It is a great responsibility when you read for other people, because they believe you. Everything you say, they believe you. And you have to have that code of ethics to make sure that you're not going rogue, if that makes sense, with that responsibility. The Tarot Guild is designed for education. It's been through a little bit of a slump over probably the last few years, 5 years or so. So we're on a resurgence now. We've got a really good group of committee people, ladies in this instance, that are very passionate about the work that they do. And it's not a toy. Tarot's not a toy to us. It is a very powerful tool that we use. And it's not expensive to be a member, $65. There is concession for an interest member. And then after 3 months, you guys can become a professional member.
Oh, yes.
And you go through a test. You show your experience and your knowledge. And then we allow you to be a professional member. And that gives you several advantages where you get to display the logo in all your media, giving you that accreditation. And also you get a lot of online resources that are readily available. So there's lots of great things with the Tarot Guild, and we're building it all the time at the moment. We're definitely going north.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. We're doing the magician.
Yes.
How does the guild, Di, how does that work when it comes to things like supporting ethical practice and integrity and also education? What's the role of the guild within that respect?
Yeah, so we're very strict on our rules and regulations. We don't let just anyone become a professional member, they actually have to sit a quite a rigid test. It's not undoable. It's an open book. You can do it, but there is a lot of hoops you have to jump through just to make sure that we're getting quality readers in our system.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we have a week, we have workshops every month in all the 4 states. We quote the ethics every time we have a show or we have a workshop. The ethics are always up front and center. We'll support people if they're having a hard time, or if they've come across a reader that maybe hasn't given them the right information or what have you. We will do a lot of counseling or support to those people and the readers to make sure that they're up to the right standard.
Mm-hmm.
Are you finding the like the new people that are joining, is there an influx of like younger people joining, or what are you finding? How is that going?
There is a lot of younger people joining. It's not so much a cackly old woman sitting in a caravan with a crystal ball kind of thing. Now it's very open, and I think there's a few festivals and fairs now that really promote readings for people. I call it cheap therapy, but that's okay. That's my gig, because you do go into a lot of personal aspects, but there's a lot of overseas contingencies coming in, particularly from China. We're finding a lot more interest in what we do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's different. Yeah.
And Di, when it comes to, having this influx of younger people coming in and still keeping this benchmark of quality,
Yes.
how do you guys manage that quality level to make sure that they do know what they're talking about, that they've had enough practice in public or private? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, so that's why we perform the monthly workshops, and we encourage everyone to get there. It's a learning tool. It's an opportunity to raise your education. We have a lot of great speakers. We really encourage our professional members to take on that role of mentor. In the future, we're looking to really push the online tutorial stuff as well. We have got a lot of stuff on our information on our website that shows past interviews. We're going through a lot of our historical data and putting that up on YouTube so that people can get that quality information from legends in the world of tarot. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Yes.
I don't. Good.
So if people want to go along to do one of the workshops, do they have to be a paid interested member?
No.
Okay.
So anyone can join, but there's a different level of entry. So if you're a non-member, you pay $20 to come to a workshop. If you're an interest member, I think it's 10, and if you're a professional member, it's free.
Oh,
so
wow.
There's a scale of entrance fees, and of course then you're encouraged to become an interest member.
Yeah.
We have a lot of subscriptions as well, so they will just get a monthly newsletter, which is fantastic, by the way. Tarot Talk, our team put an amazing it's almost a magazine together online. It's lots of tips and tricks.
It's pretty good.
I read it.
Yeah, I read it too.
And now the question's gone out of my head. Oh, just in regards to, so can anyone of any level go to the workshops, or?
100%.
Oh, cool.
So it's free for anyone to go. Anyone at any level can go. It's just if you want to.
No, it's not free.
Oh, sorry.
It's $20 for non-members.
Yeah.
$10 for interest members, and free for the professional members.
And free professional.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
But it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours, and you get a cup of tea and a bicky.
Oh, look, you
there
sold
go.
me on that.
Sold.
I know.
Like,
I know.
Sold.
in
So
Melbourne.
we have state coordinators who really work hard at getting the right people in to do the talks. And we have a manager of those coordinators. So we've got a really cool structure. We've got an amazing media woman. We've just got a new treasurer. We're looking for a secretary and a vice president. Give me a hand. That would be awesome. And we're also looking at expanding in everything we do. We're trying to now Zoom all our workshops. So if you're interested in a speaker in Melbourne and you live in Sydney, you can purchase a Zoom ticket. It's a similar structure. So it's $20 non-members, 10 and 0 for professional members. Professional members also get their image on our website. They also get their full details. They can advertise all their workshops. We're really here to promote those professional members. If they're teachers, or if they've written a book, or if they've got a deck of cards, they can advertise on our website.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of really good support
That's awesome.
for people coming up and yeah. Oh, awesome. All right. So, Di, have you ever had a reading that really surprised you, or surprised you, or scared you, or
Blew you away.
blew you away?
To be honest, I try not to get too many readings for myself.
Or even when you've given one?
Or when you've given one.
Yeah.
Oh, I love working with people on a long-term basis. I find it's much more in depth than doing like a one-off reading, which I do love. I do. And I mostly do Zoom, actually. And it works just as well. Oh, that's probably one of the other questions I'm going to but it works just as well as face-to-face. And I think COVID, if anything good's come out of COVID, it's that connection online electronically. It's opened the world up. But I did work with a lady who was going through a very, very traumatic divorce. And it was over probably 18 months. We worked together on, not every month, but every now and again. And the cards actually read her perfectly, guided her all the way through the process, through the courts, through negotiations, through picking the right people, the right team. And she come out with a really substantial amount of money.
Wow.
Like substantial, blow your mind money.
Wow.
So just to have that relationship, I want to say, a relationship.
Yeah.
And it's also, when you see babies in a reading and that actually happens and they ring you, 12 months, you'll never guess, Di, about the baby. I try not to predict too much bad stuff. I try and guide people around the back way of not going through that bad stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they live by your words. They'll record it and they'll listen to it. And
yeah. What do you say, about those types of readers that do highlight the bad stuff and they give the doom and gloom but don't move them forward into anything positive?
That's what the ethics is all about. It's like you've got to be really ethical in what you're telling people.
Yeah.
It's like therapists or psychologists or anybody who's life coaches, anybody who's working with you one-on-one has to be of their best interest for your best interest. You don't know. You're not God. You don't know those things. So you've really got to stick to the facts. You've really got to not let your mind get in the way of the readings and just stick to what the cards are saying. if you're doing a tarot reading. There's other readings that we do, so your intuitive readings where you connect at a soul level with your sitter, mediumship readings where you're connecting with past loved ones, um, pendulum readings, crystals, all sorts of things can be used to divination of outcomes.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's sort of like when you're looking for water, you can divine it. It's real, it works.
And when you're doing your readings and going through that process, are there additional tools or additional connections or additional things that you do with the cards, or just focusing on the cards?
So before I do any reading, I actually shuffle my majors and get the energy of the reading. So I've got sort of a head start before I come face to face with the person. Because I connect with them at soul level. You would understand this, guys. You connect with your person at a soul level, and then your spirit team comes in, and everyone's got a spirit team, whether they want to admit it or not. We've all got guides that take us through life, that control our destiny, that work for our best interests, and get us out of bed in the morning, all of those sort of things, and start our day. And it's also about your intention you're setting. So yes, I use intuition, which is your super conscious, which I've done a lot of study on, which you guys have as well. And believing that and trust, I think trust. And if you hear something, it's real.
Yeah.
Like you're getting that guidance.
It's like, you could get the same exact card layout as another person, another reader right next to you, but depending on who you're reading for, the reading could be totally different.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be focused on different things, right?
That's correct. And what happens is the people that are just learning, they'll get told that a card means ABC. But in real life, when you start connecting it to other cards and putting the pieces together and you start telling the story, there's so many different meanings to one card, more than what's right there in your dial, in your crawl. That's why it takes years. Like my mentor has been reading for 33 years.
Wow.
And she still learns things.
Yeah.
So, you never, ever, ever stop learning.
Totally.
No, once you do, that's, if you say, right, I know everything there is to know about tarot, you'll be shown something where it's actually, no, I don't.
Be at the pearly gates.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had a question come through from our audience. Captain, I hope that Di's answer that she just went over with regards to connecting and the other tools that she uses answers that question for you around how the nature of spirit actually speaks through the cards, because there is a full way that she uses, and also we use cards with our spirit team to be able to give the highest intent. It's not about listening to spirits who are negative or are wanting to do damage. That is never the intention of a reader and shouldn't be the intention of a reader. For us, it's very much about giving direction in safety and also giving guidance that's going to be beneficial for their highest good, their highest outcome, and the best outcomes in their lives. It's never about anything negative.
And if you're working with the right spirit team, you're not going to have low vibe spirits guiding you.
But great question. Thanks for asking, Captain, and thanks for joining. So, Di, when you have this love of tarot, what's I know you've covered one story, but I know you've got others. What's some other amazing stories or even just experiences that you have had through going on this learning journey of tarot? Are there any other standout experiences for you?
When you start reading for people and you start getting deep into their the questions they're asking and the cards that are there, you go on a journey. So every reading I do is a personal journey. So they become part of your world in that moment. And to be honest, I don't remember readings once I've read for
I'm the
somebody.
same.
Yeah, once I've read for somebody, I sort of analyze it and I'll look at the cards and think, yep, yeah, I've done that right. Or, oh, look at those combinations. They look really good. Yeah, I did that right. And then it's gone. It's like you can't hold on to other
No.
people's stories.
No, true.
Otherwise you would go silly. But
Yeah.
in the moment, you actually I always go, where did I get that? Where did I get? How did I know that? You know, it's really breathtaking and rewarding, especially when you get a client or a customer in who is so down, um, ready to, do whatever. Nothing's going right, and you have the chance to change that person's life in that 45 minutes or hour or whatever you're
Mm.
with them,
Mhm.
and to see them with a smile on their face, and you can actually feel the energy drop, like the heavy energy drop from them, and they're
Yeah.
light, and you
Yeah.
go, you know what, I've done a good thing today. How can
Yes.
that be bad?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
can that be bad?
And like you do, I really enjoy working with clients that are ongoing,
Yes.
because the part that I really love is doing an initial reading, which blows their mind, and then
Yes.
they go and action one of the things that comes up in a reading,
Yes.
and then it creates this whole new world of possibility that never existed before. And then they come back and you do another one, and then that opens another door for them. I just love that process that tarot opens for everyone
The
that
hangman, isn't it?
that we're,
The
yeah,
hangman. It's looking at
totally.
everything from a different perspective. And you get that opportunity, and you've got to make the most of that opportunity because they've come to you for a reason.
Mm,
And you can't blow that reason away and just go, oh, it's just another reading.
mm,
You really delve into that emotionally, physically, spiritually,
yes.
and it becomes part of you for that short time.
Mm,
Yeah.
And as I say, the results outweigh,
totally.
you know, sometimes, to be honest, when when you read and there's a bit of an affair going on, it's usually like that. I will put a clause in to say, please don't tell your husband my address,
Mm.
because
Yeah.
that can often be, you don't want those repercussions.
No.
Yeah, and that's a really tough subject to even broach and
Yeah.
discuss in that type of way,
Yeah.
right? Because that's a tough one. I've had
It is a
those
tough
ones.
one.
You have had
They're
those.
tough.
Yeah.
They're tough.
Divorce. To be honest, I've been able to stop more divorces than I have promote divorce. By working with the sitter or the customer. What do you call them, guys? What do you call them? Sitters, customers, clients?
I call them clients.
Clients.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or the
yeah,
yeah, not usually the sitter. Well, the client.
If
yeah.
I'm talking to other tarot people, it's a
It's
sitter.
a sitter. Yeah.
If I'm talking to anyone else, it's like, you're my client.
Yeah, because people don't understand what sitter
They're like, what's
means.
that?
Yeah, that's true. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. My client, my customer, my client.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I forgot where I was going with that. So yeah, so
You've
it's like,
stopped a number of divorces.
yeah, so it's about giving, taking them back to why it's that becomes therapy, but you using the cards. That's why I say it's a cheap therapy, because you can actually get them to see other parts of themselves that they might be ignoring. I generally don't do partner readings together. I generally do one-on-one, but I have done a couple of partner readings and they have been outstanding.
Oh, wow.
Outstanding. But have you ever had a reading? Oh, I'm interviewing the interviewer. Have you ever had a reading where you're sitting there going, "Oh my God, this person has no idea what they're talking about"?
Yes.
Or they try
Or
and lie.
they're in
like
denial.
Straight out deny everything that's coming up with the confirmation, with the feelings you're getting,
No,
and they're just like,
no,
no,
That's
no,
not me.
no,
that's not happening.
Oh my
And you're
gosh.
like, are you sure?
no,
Yeah, and
I've
then
had that.
I've
I've
had
had that a
that a
lot.
number of times,
We
and you're
have.
just like, why are you here? Like, why did you come here today? You know, because why, if they don't want to know the real truth, then why even take the time to have a reading? It's almost like they're being forced into it, or they think, oh no, I don't know, I'm just gonna.
Or they're looking for an ally who's going to tell them exactly what
Yeah.
they want.
Yeah.
Or they want
No.
you want you
Yeah,
to
yeah.
agree with them to like make them feel like, yes, I was right. I
Yeah,
was
and
right.
that's not
Sadly,
us.
the cards don't let
No, they never
No.
lie.
The cards don't lie, and then you're sitting there and it's like Tower, Devil, Death. And you're like, oh yes, this relationship is very beautiful. You're never going to say that, right? You're never going to say that.
No, I like being honest and
Yeah.
just, tell them the truth. I like being direct.
Yeah, but
in a responsible manner.
in a responsible
exactly.
way,
Yeah.
yeah.
And loving, and still being
Respectful.
loving.
Yeah, exactly. It can be like that.
Yeah.
So, Di, if you're going to have people come to you for a reading, do you are there certain questions they should ask, or are there things that should they come? A lot of people would go, "Oh, I just want a general," but they actually deep down they want to know about their relationship. But they'll say, "I just want to know, just a general reading." Like, do you like people to be specific, or do you like people to
good
be
question.
open?
So, what I've been channeled just then is you get you have different spreads. So you have your arsenal of spreads, right, that you use. So you might get somebody who says, "Oh, I just want a general reading today, please. Just tell me I'm going to win tomorrow."
Which is
I could
99.9%
say
of
no.
people. I'll have a
And I just
general.
say, well, if I knew the numbers, do you
Yeah,
think-
yeah.
So I would do a horseshoe. I would do a horseshoe,
nice.
which is a very basic past, present, hidden influences, obstacles, environment, what should happen now, and outcome. So you have your passion pieces. I say you read your spreads that you use. Some people might use a Celtic cross. Some people might use a Gareth Knight. Some people might use 21 card spread. It depends what you feel comfortable with. And I think you use, Amber, you use Celtic cross.
Yeah, that's my go-to.
Mine too.
Yeah, it's your go-to. And absolutely nothing wrong with that. But when you start getting into the nitty-gritty of relationships, there are relationship-specific spreads.
Yes.
There are. So they'll come to you for 5 main reasons. And it's not ever, I'll just have a general reading.
Yeah,
Never.
never ever.
Relationship, career, finance, family, and health.
Yeah.
Yes.
5.
100%.
100%.
Yes.
So
Yes.
once you do, all good researched readers will be able to pinpoint where they're at after that first. So I'll do 3 major arcana cards just to get the mood. And then I'll do probably a horseshoe with 21 cards, so 3 on each question. And then by that stage, I'm pretty much on point of what they're looking for.
Wow.
It's almost like they are trying to, this is what I've found over the years. People are trying to test you and being just like, oh no, you just tell me what I need to know. And it's like,
You're the psychic.
Yeah. And then so, and you're like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah. And so you start pulling over the cards and you're like, so that guy that you're seeing, he might not be the, and then they start getting like, oh, she knows my deep dark secrets. And it's like, well, because you didn't tell me specifically, you left it open. Now we're going to go there. And then they're like, Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
just the
yeah, it is
relationship.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I-
got me.
We've
Yeah.
had
They
that
do
so many
test you,
times. Eh?
and the ones that sit there and won't answer.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you've got to give.
Got to give
It's
feedback.
got a two-way. It's a two-way conversation. Like I wouldn't know Joe Blow from a bar of soap, right? So, of course, I'm not going to be able to go, oh, well, your auntie on your cousin's side is, coming to visit you.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you've got to have that conversation, but they go, oh, you tell me.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that phrase. I hate that sentence.
You
No,
tell
you
me.
tell
You
me.
know, you're that's why I'm paying you the bucks.
Oh,
But if you don't, because Di's right, it's a two-way,
it is.
and actually sometimes a three-way conversation. And if there is no conversation coming from the sitter, i.e., the client, it actually makes it much more difficult to get
Exactly.
confirmation, which you actually need.
Exactly. So when they say stuff like, "Oh, you tell me, you should know," it's like, no,
Yeah.
do you want to get some answers today, or do you want to be a dick? Some people just want to be dicks, I find.
Well, it's like walking into Woolies and going, what should I have for dinner?
And asking the Woolworths,
And asking Woolworths.
to give you.
Just give me something generic.
The ingredients. Well, I don't know what
and then you get 2-minute noodles,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Oh, I
yeah.
didn't want that.
Stupid.
I wanted
If
steak."
you're going to make the most out of your time with people, and it's not cheap, and we're not what's the word? We're not going to shy away from charging what we do because the good ones have put in the time and effort for years.
Correct.
Yeah.
And now it's time for what's the word?
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
Yes, totally
I
agree.
love the word. I can't say it, but I love it. And we do put the research in. If somebody's charging you big bucks and giving you rubbish, you'll only learn once that wasn't the right thing to do. But we do honor our work and honor our research and our study and our nights and our days of education and sitting in class and putting ourselves out there to be judged, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
I lost my train of thought.
No, that's perfect.
And the everyday person doesn't get to see that story,
Yeah.
right? They don't see the years, because I know you've put in years, and we've put in individually
Done it
years.
together,
Yeah.
And no one sees the hard work and all the failures that have gone into this learning, and it's the hardest thing, and I'm still learning it after I don't know how many years now, 5, 6, and I still feel like a beginner. And that's cool. That's actually really amazing at the same time, right? Because it means that there's always something else to learn.
Yeah.
And that's what fascinates me about tarot is there's always another layer, another level, another
rabbit hole,
another whole thing to explore. And it just blows my mind sometimes. I wish people did get to see that, that hard work. I don't know how we
the
do
blood,
that,
sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
But it's not just 9 to 5. It's 4 o'clock in the morning when you're connecting with somebody in England that you really want to do a course with, or it's time and blood, sweat, and tears, really.
Yeah,
100%.
it is. It is, and
Totally.
people just think, oh, it's easy. You just look at these cards and you just learn the cards off by heart, and then that'll tell you. Well, no, it's not. As you've said, Di, there's so much more to it, and as we know, there's so much more to it as well. And it's like, there's things that go into it before you do your reading. What is your practice beforehand to get your space ready and things like that, get your energy ready? What kinds of things do you do?
I will actually set intention, because I don't know these people. They're just online bookings. I'll pull a major arcana to find out what the energy of the reading is going to be. And often more than not, I'll burn incense, so some form of smoke, as the reading is taking place, because I don't want to hold on to their stuff. I love that word. And then afterwards, I'll probably just look at the cards and just have a look and think about what I said and whether I, could have gone deeper into an area, or maybe I went too far on one area. But do some self-reflection, and then, as I said, I forget it.
Yeah.
But I do smudge my room every week
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the other things which I'm really good at, is taking on people's stuff. So the burning the incense thing is actually during the reading is a really good idea. Do you have a preferred scent?
I do. It's called Buddha, but I can't remember.
Ooh.
It's in a white box with a gold Buddha on it.
Oh,
I can't
yes.
remember the make of it, but I eat it. The other one I really like is Dragon's Blood, because that's if I'm feeling quite low, I find that gives me the kick in the butt that I need. It's like, okay, I'm awake now. So yeah, especially if you're doing markets or I do a lot of so I live rural in a tourist town, and I do a lot of Airbnb. So they'll come in, the women will come in, usually the women, I say that non-sexualistically, because the guys usually go off to golf and do boy things and fish and bowl or do whatever, and the women are left behind. So they'll ring and get readings.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
And I'll do like 8 or 9 in a period of time.
Wow.
So you've got to keep your energy is usually there, because you're feeding off each individual's energy and also your team. But to cleanse yourself after that's not showered. It's not a shower. It is a shower, but then it's a whole lot of other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I've got a room full of crystals that sort of absorb a lot of that negative energy. I wear a lot of crystals, so yeah.
How important, Di, for you and your work with regards to doing reading, how important is it to have a sacred space?
Oh, essential.
Yeah.
Essential. Imperative. I shut the world off. And that's my cocoon almost.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And then
No one
just
goes in there. I'm like, get out.
It's your space.
Yeah, they bring the energy. So I don't read from home. If I read, I'll either go to somebody else's house or these markets and stuff. But mostly Zoom in my bubble.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not in my bubble today, sorry. Otherwise, I would have given you a tour. But
That's okay.
And another question I have for you is, what would be one, or what's a misconception about tarot or tarot readers that you'd like to just put to bed or bust once and for all?
You're allowed to buy your own tarot decks. You don't have to be gifted a tarot deck. A lot of people put that stigma on. I can't go and buy a tarot deck. Somebody has to give it to me. No.
I never knew that was a thing.
Neither.
Yeah,
I bought mine.
I've always bought mine.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I have been gifted some as well.
Yeah.
And you
same.
have to.
Yeah.
And that's okay to be gifted them, but you don't have to be gifted it to use
To
it.
begin. Yeah.
Tarot decks get tired. So you need to switch your tarot decks around if you're doing a lot of readings, to give them a rest.
Do you have specific decks, like, because obviously we touched on the topics, right? Relationship, business, health, blah, blah. Do you have specific decks for each scenario, or?
No, no, I don't. But generally I have one that's just the major arcanas and one that's the full deck. So
The full set. Wow.
Yeah, just major arcana readings with the 22 cards, and then I'll expand on that, because the major arcana, for those that don't realize, are the story of the tarot, and they also represent major messages in the tarot. So you need to listen. You need to say, "Oh, hello, I've got the Lover's card. I need to make choices here." You know, It's that sort of thing. And you don't take a tarot card at face value. The death card doesn't necessarily mean you're going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an opportunity for one door to close and another door to become open. But what that looks like will be around all the other cards that come out.
Yeah.
A myth: you cannot do a weekend course and become a tarot reader.
Thank you.
Please, please.
And then go on
Please.
TikTok Live and then do readings.
Oh,
And
Which
you
we
don't need
see.
to shuffle the faces off them. You don't need the
Oh,
other
that-
people to
Oh
touch the
yeah, then they
card.
fly out of the deck.
yeah.
That's
Oh my God.
You don't need your customer to touch the cards and put their energy in it. In fact, I never let anyone touch my cards.
I'm the same.
Cleanse your cards every now and again. As I said, they get tired, so swap them about.
How do you know when they're getting tired?
You just feel it. It's instinctive. You're not getting the clarity out of the cards that you would normally think you would get at a certain, like that certain cards aren't showing up that they
Yeah.
guide you down the right path. So I just swap the deck over and then hello, new energy,
Yeah.
new reading.
And then would you like leave them for an extended period of time and then like go back to it?
I'd probably smudge them and just, let them breathe.
Yep.
I know this sounds crazy out there, but it's respect. Respect for your tools of trade, and as you would have a sharp axe if you're a woodcutter, you wouldn't go cutting wood with blunt axe.
Very true.
You respect your tools of your trade.
Yeah. I might have to do some swappies.
I actually think I need more cards.
I like my
Never have enough.
No, I've got this. I like the small ones, and I've been using those non-stop since I started. Well, no, I've been changing to other decks, but that one might have to have a long extended break. Yeah,
Just a little holiday.
just a little holiday.
A little breakaway.
Break as good as a holiday.
Yeah.
But also, can I just say, with the being gifted a deck, when you go into an esoteric shop, they've got the crystals, the incenses, the cards, the walls of cards, books, all the other stuff. You have to feel those cards and the ones that are right for you. It's you have to work through that emotion and just work out. Like, I'm not a great oracle card reader. I'm a Virgo, so it's it's a bit fluffy for me. Being a Virgo, I like the exact meanings come with the tarot.
Yeah.
So everyone's different.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to go from reading for friends to becoming a professional tarot reader?
Well, sit the tarot professional membership course with the Tarot Guild, because that gives you a great eye opener, and it also gives you support through developing your business, how to set yourself up. But you will know when you're ready. And not everyone wants to be a professional card reader. They're quite happy reading for friends, because it is a big responsibility. Honestly, it is a big responsibility. And to become a professional and make money out of tarot, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of putting yourself out there.
Yep.
As you know, Amber, you're doing your weekly
Lives. Yeah.
lives.
Yep.
You have to go out to the marketplace.
Yeah.
You have to knock down doors.
Yeah.
You have to be open to being knocked back as well. So it's a lot. It's very rewarding when you do it, but it's not just jumping on the bike and start pedaling. It's got to put a lot of work in. You've got to work out who you want to be, who you are, what your personal brand is, whether you want to, and don't charge $20. You've got to get that word that I said earlier, reciprocity. You've if you've done the hard yards, you require that in return.
Mm.
And it might be a hot meal or a jumper or a voucher or something. It doesn't have to be cash,
Yeah.
but you have to respect what you're doing
Yeah.
to
That exchange.
go forward.
Yeah,
But to be a
definitely.
professional member, it's like any business.
Totally.
Just work at it.
Mm.
It's not going to fall in your lap, guys. Sorry.
Now, Di, I know you've been really busy on creating, and I hope you can show it for us, an amazing tool that will help people with regards to their journey in learning tarot. Do you want to tell us a bit about what you've done?
Going back to I've done a weekend course, so I'm now a tarot reader. Rather than dissuade them to, there's a lot of people out there that would poo-poo on them and go, oh, please, stop doing it. No, let's encourage them. So I developed a tarot mat for the Rider-Waite.
Oh, wow.
And what it basically does is tells you the major arcana. It gives you four meanings, and it gives you 4 reverse meanings. Tells you a little bit about the planets. Oh, look, here's one I prepared earlier, Amber. And then it goes through the minor arcanas and gives you 3 or 4 words that associate with that card. Then it goes through the court cards, the kings, queens, pages, and knights, and then it goes through what the suits actually mean. So it's quite big, 900 by 700 by 40 from memory.
Yeah, it's huge.
900, but it's also a desk mat, and
yes,
I use it.
Me too.
Because sometimes you just have that mental blank and you go, oh, God, what does the Knight of Pentacles mean? And then you all of a sudden, you can get back in that tune of reading again. And it sits on your desk, as I say. You can put your cards on it. I've spilt that many teas, food, and it just wipes clean.
Oh, that's good. I'm scared of that because I always spill things on my desk. So I'm like, I don't want to dirty my mat.
I've done it. I've done it. And look, seriously, you can't see. You cannot. It just wipes off.
Yeah. Okay. It's a great resource.
Roll it up. Yeah. You just roll it up if you're not using it, roll it up because it doesn't like being pressed down.
If people want to get hold of one of those, how can they buy one?
On my website.
On your website.
In the shop. Yeah. Yep.
Nice. Now, Di. Oh, sorry.
Yes, go. No. Thank you for allowing me that shameless plug.
Oh, no, of course. How do people book you as well? Through your website?
On my website,
okay,
through the intuitive reading. So I have 45-minute or an hour. I tend not to go more than an hour because it seems to get lost in the translation. People get energetically tired. So an hour is always a good 45 minutes to an hour is perfect. How long do you do readings for, Amber?
Yeah, usually 45, sometimes 30 minutes. Depends on what people can afford or what they want to do. But yeah, maximum 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kebrasca?
Yeah, I'm about the same. After an hour, it just becomes a bit draining sometimes.
Yeah. But
there's also nothing wrong with saying, it gets to 50 minutes and you say, well, I think we've come to a natural conclusion here.
Yeah.
Let's call it.
And often that's after doing 3 separate readings on it. It might start with relationship and then it might move into my work and then it might move into something else. And I think after that, that's a pretty decent read for somebody, is to have multiple scenarios in their life.
Yeah.
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 I'll always allow people to record them.
Me too.
I have a problem with that. There's nothing I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's if the cards are telling you, that's what you got to go with. So
yeah,
exactly. And people like to know, then they can check back. Yep. Yeah. So what is next for Di Day?
Well, the passion is to get the Tarot Guild, fully switched on. Get Di Day Inspires fully switched on. Sell loads of tarot mats. Yeah, and I have other outlets as well, sport and stuff. So I really just keep going. I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to rest. I don't know how to sit and watch Netflix. Somebody tell me.
No, don't waste your life. You keep doing you? You know?
Yeah. Well, I've got the grandies now.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'll keep you on your toes.
They will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love helping people. My whole goal in life is to leave a person a better person than when I found them.
Mm,
Yeah, and moving them forward in life,
Yeah.
getting them over those barriers
Yeah.
or getting past that rut.
yeah. That's awesome. So let's just do a quick fire round
Oh,
before we end off our podcast. Okay. Favorite major arcana card?
Sun.
yes.
Can I
me
have
too.
another? Can I have a favorite other one?
Yes.
Queen of Wands.
Oh.
I know.
Mm.
Well, I'm a Virgo.
I love Queen of
so-
Wands.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, she's a bitch. I'm technically I'm a Virgo, so I'm technically a Queen of Pentacles. Very earthy, but I just love the Queen of Wands. Not many queens sit there with their legs,
Yeah.
relaxed, and
I know.
she's just got it all going.
And she's got a cat.
And she's got a cat, which you
That's
love.
what
Yeah.
I know you're a dog person. But I
the
love
sun,
that.
the sun is birth and rebirth, and just keep bringing new things into life, and yummy.
Yeah. Cups, swords, wands, or pentacles?
Oh, pentacles. You always got my It's a world without money. I like wands too. I like new ideas and developing new initiatives. So
Me too.
yeah, I'm not too much in the romance and the
And the cups.
swords are oof.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's too much to think about. Yeah.
See what you did there.
Ba-dum-boom. If you know tarot, then you would
If you
understand.
know, you know.
If you know, you know. Tarot intuition or tarot structure?
There's a place for both. I think it all. I study tarot every week in class, so there's definitely a tradition. But the intuition comes in when you're sitting in front of somebody. It's you don't dip your toe into the same river water twice, right? So you have to have that intuition as well, and be able to flow and ebb, and so there is a lot. I know there's a lot of people that stick to the meaning of a card. Oh, this is quick fire, right?
That's all right. No, keep going.
Joe, it's fine.
That's
There's a lot of
interesting.
people that stick to the traditional meaning of every card, but it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, because otherwise you're just going to end up giving the same reading all of the time, right? If you don't go with your intuition sometimes.
This card means
Yeah.
Gets robotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
You got to have flair.
Exactly. Journaling or meditating after a reading?
Reflection. I don't do either journaling or meditation. I don't journal. I don't keep records of people I've read for. I find that I like to have every reading that I do fresh. And I'll often say to people, look, I know I read for you 6 months ago, but I can't remember what we talked about. And you shouldn't have that. You shouldn't have to keep that information. Some people do, and they like that way. But I just think that journaling, or I'm not a big meditator. I'm an active meditator. I think when I'm like doing my hair and lying in bed, mostly at 5 o'clock. But it's like not a sleep meditation. It's an active.
Yeah.
What could I have done better?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sounds familiar.
Really answer your
No,
question.
I did. One tarot myth you wish people would unlearn.
One tarot myth that it's woo-woo. it can cause harm. It's evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, there's a lot of myths.
Yeah.
But just treat it right and it'll treat you right back.
Totally agree.
Mm.
Totally agree.
100%.
So, Di, that brings us to the end of our podcast interview. And on behalf of Amber and myself, thank you so much for joining us today to cover all the questions that we have around tarot, the Tarot Guild, what you've been up to. We're very grateful to be able to spend time with you and share your world with the people who watch and support our channel. And we can't wait to catch up in person, obviously, and see more of you and support you as well.
Thank you. And I can't thank you enough for listening to my drill. And I really enjoy spending time with you guys. And you do an amazing service for all things, not just tarot, but just for everything. And your little pots of gold you are.
Thank you,
thanks,
Di.
Di.
Thank you
Di.
so much. It's been, so if anyone wants to get to know more about Di or book a session with her, you can feel free to go to didayinspires.com.
Or purchase one of the mats.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that will help you on your journey. Di is I've had a few readings with Di, and she is such a great reader and very, you can connect with her very easily.
And then if you're also wanting to learn more about the Tarot Guild or advance your own practice, then you can also visit tarotguildaustralia.com. They have a huge amount of events and also support that if you are interested in tarot, if you're looking to grow your practice, the first place I would go to is really to look at the Tarot Guild and join one of their events.
Yes, and meet some like-minded people. And you may even get to meet Di as well, which is pretty cool, right?
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. You can also present and make a little bit of money for yourselves.
Oh, yes. Perfect.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Di.
Love you all.
You take care. Have a wonderful afternoon, Di. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
And thanks everyone for joining, and Captain, and also who else did we have join that did us a massive follow today?
Dons.
Was Don's?
Yes, Donna.
Thanks so much for the follow, and Commander. All of you guys, thanks for tuning in and also participating, asking questions. It really makes the show. So please come back, and also never be shy to ask a question, right?
No, exactly.
I think it's better to ask than not ask at all. So we appreciate all the support, all of the questions. Next week, do we have a new...
We've got 3 guests next week. It's going to be very interesting.
Well, yeah. So I've been delving deep into the world of breathwork, and these gentlemen have pulled together this amazing breathwork app. They're also breathwork facilitators and creating a really incredible kind of business / technology. Yeah, I'm looking forward to catching up with these guys.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait to hear how to breathe better.
Next Step Collective is going to be joining us next week on the Creative Talk podcast. But until then, we hope you guys have a fantastic afternoon. Amber and I will see you guys very soon.
Bye.